going to talk about adding the body parts together with a beautiful, seamless finish. Now, it's not always necessary. So, for example, if you're making a sheep, then these top coats, the head detail, all hides a multitude of sins, and you don't have to look for perfection when you are putting it together. The same applies for something like the Highland cow. Again, it's got this big shaggy coat, so it doesn't actually matter. You can move things around, you won't see them, and that's absolutely fine. However, when it comes to something where there is nowhere to hide, so for example, the hair, here you can see these legs are attached both at the sides and at the front, and they're beautifully finished. And the same goes for the neck, and the same goes for the ears. So I'm going to show you the technique that I use to make sure that we get as perfect a result as possible when we've got nowhere to hide. And I'm actually starting to put together this Jack Russell puppy. So what I have here is I have the body parts and the head all ready to go, but I'm going to focus today on the legs just very quickly. May have time for the ears, but we shall see. But this technique applies to everything that you'll be adding. So I've got a front leg here, and I've got the hind leg here as well, which is slightly shorter. Now, the first thing you need to do is when you are making your body parts, if they are going to be attached to something, you must make sure that you leave some wool loose at the end. And if you have nice fresh wool, it just makes it so much easier to attach and starts the process of making sure you've got a really clean, seam-free finish. So this is going to be my front leg. Now, what I want to do first of all is I want a little bit of definition in that paw. So I'm just going to quickly show you a tip. You bend that paw over, so you take a firm needle, not a fine one because it's quite likely to break when you're pushing through like this, and you push through, so in the same place, move it backwards and forwards in the same place, through to the back, and that immediately holds the foot, just slightly bent. It's important that you do that now because when we attach it, we need to make sure that sits flush with the base of the body. So here we are, we've got our little puppy paw bent, and then I'm going to attach this to the body somewhere to the side, making sure that it is flush with the base. And I'm going to take it quite high up, so I want it almost sort of at the neck. In fact, it is at the neck, and that's exactly where I want it. And we've got all this wool here. Now you can use a pin if you want, just to secure it. And then keeping your hands away, this is a really nice position to be felting, but you just felt the way you need to. And all these loose bits, because it's nice fresh wool, attach very quickly and securely, and it felts into place quite quickly. And we're just aiming just so it holds at the moment. I'm using a 38 here because it's more robust, and I'll change to the 40 in a moment. But there we go, that is one puppy leg attached. I'm going in now with my 40, and then what I'm going to do, the trick here now is for that perfect seam-free finish, is take some carded wool, pop that over the top where that seam is, take your fine needle and just felt that around. And where this leg sits here, we've got this line. If you pull that around there and underneath, you are then using your needle in a place where you won't see any needle marks. There's not going to be too many anyway because it's a fine needle, but it just makes it a little bit easier. And then you do the same on the other side. So you've got this line here, this seam, and we're just going to bring this wool in because we're not building up bulk here. We are just attaching it firmly and in the neatest way possible. And can you see how nicely and neatly that is attached? And this one is an older one that I made some time ago, well, years ago actually, about 10 years ago. And you can see how I haven't finished it properly here. Those seams are a little bit visible, not very pretty. So we are aiming to get rid of that problem. And the same here when I show you how I attach the hind leg. I don't really want to see this bit here. I kind of want it to blend a bit more. So I'll show you how we do that as well. So there we go. That is the front leg. Now I'm going to attach the hind leg. I'm going to take my fine needle and I'm going to just poke it through, straight through, just in a few spots and underneath, because what I want to do here is just get that to hold to the body a little bit further down. This is where it's going to sit, very close to the base, as close to the base as possible, and in line with that front leg. So this paw doesn't want to come any further forward, but we can jiggle about later on. Pop a pin in there, pop another one in there, away from the needle, and you've got this loose bit of wool here. So the first thing I'm going to do with my firm needle, 38, just poke that in. And this is all going to be covered up, so you don't have to worry too much here. We just want to make sure it's nice and firmly attached so it doesn't move around. I'm going to whip those pins out so I don't catch them with the needle. So now we have the leg attached, nice and firm. However, we need to build that up. We need some shape, we need some detail, like I've done here with the hair. Lots and lots of detail, and the same with the dog. But I'm going to make this a little bit more seamless. So all you do, and I use the carded wool because it's so perfect for these top layers, is I'm going to make a little pad. So I'm going to pop that on, and this is going to be the first layer, using my 38 here just to get that in. But I'm going to change my fork because I'm just working these top layers. And again, I'm not concerned about seams on this. I just want to get this on so we can start to build it up. So that's our first layer. And it depends how big you want it. It doesn't need to be too big. I'm now going to put on a second layer. And what I don't want to do with this one is I don't want to flatten it down completely. I want some height to it. So I'm going to, can you see what I've done there? I've made a little pad, got my fine needle, and then I'm just poking it in. So, and I'm going underneath. Then I'm going to the top. This is quite airy, so it looks really high, but it's fine because I'm going to felt that down. And then I'm going to just work around this padded area. And again, this isn't our final layer, but we are starting to build now. So we don't want to flatten that completely. We want to leave, can you see? We've got some shape here. And then it's just a case of repeating the process until you are happy with the height and the depth and the detail before you add the final layer. I'm going to add another layer. So this is layer 3. I think the next layer might be the final one. So again, I've made that little pad going in diagonally here just to reduce the marks, but because it's carded wool, there's not too many. And then I'm just going to bring that across the base because it will just disappear into that wool. And then again, diagonally. It's not difficult, but you do need to take your time. Otherwise you'll spoil, what do they say? What's my husband say? Spoil the job for a penn'orth of tar. I'm not sure if that's a northeast saying. It's from the northeast. I'm not sure if that's a northeast saying or it's just a general saying. You'll have to let me know. And if you're enjoying the content, please support the channel, give me a subscribe, a thumbs up, and tell all your crafty friends because it really does help. The more support I get, the more subscribers I get, the more YouTube puts my content out, and the more of this content I can bring for you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on a final layer, and it's going to be very thin. I may add a couple of these layers, but I'm just going to go with this one first. So can you see that, how it's just, you can see through it, it's just whispering across, but what it's doing is it's going to cover all of these little seams that are still visible. If you have a needle felting question as well, ask me in the comments. Anything, doesn't have to be related to this video, just needle felting in general. Just go down to the comments and pop it in there and I'll get back to you. Now look at that top layer. Can you see how that has really smoothed out those? Can we see this? Really smoothed out. So you've barely got any visible seams here. And then you can scratch with your fingers. You can just rub out to really smooth it a little bit further. Now I probably would build that up a little bit more, but I might just reduce the sides of this because I think they're a little bit big. And now I've actually put that on, I've ended up with this leg over here. So I'll put the next leg on there. So if things change, don't worry about it. If you had a plan and it changes, that's fine. So I can see now that that leg here is going to need another leg here. And I'm going to need to put the second front leg down the centre there. So you can see now how we've got that lovely seamless finish and how easy it is to achieve it. So the key is to leave the wool loose when you attach any part to any other part. So you've got nice fresh wool to attach it, and then build up those layers slowly. You're not looking for bulk necessarily, unless you're doing something like the hind legs. I probably would add another layer to that, to be honest. You're looking for a really beautiful, seamless finish. Like this hair here, you see the back of the head, you do the same with the ears. So they would go on the back of the head, and you can see already when those ears are attached and bent over, then you are not going to see anything going on there. And then you can add all your beautiful details.